Want to improve the reliability of your Sage machine? Want to perform maintenance but not quite sure how to do it? Then this video might just be for you. Let's talk coffee. Before the video begins, I would just like to invite you guys to subscribe. This is a very new project for me. Coffee is my passion. I love coffee machines. I love everything from bean to machine. I think it's an amazing world, but I need your help because we want to get more coffee into people's feeds. Today we'll be talking about servicing Sage machines. This will also work for Breville machines, and if you have another Sage machine such as the Express or the Oracle, this should also be a simple guide to how you can service those as well. The first step in today's service guide you might not have even ever considered, especially if you regularly backflush your machine. Even though you may religiously backflush the group head, a lot of coffee content can still build up in the shower plate on the machine. So I'm now going to show you how to remove that and the seal so you can give them a good clean. Other problems that can occur from not maintaining the group head can be leaks from the group seal itself and poor quality coffee due to the build-up of coffee inside the shower plate. So I'm going to take a socket set with a cross head socket on the end of it. A stubby screwdriver will also work. Basically, there's a little screw that sits inside the group head that holds the shower plate in place. So we're going to remove that. And I'm going to show you, even with regular backflushing, what can build up inside. So I'm now going to remove the drip tray. We'll put that over there for a minute. And I'm going to take my screw. I'm just going to get it here. And in the top, there is the screw. When we get it in place, we'll take it out. Nice and gently here, because inside this group head is plastic and you don't want to cause any damage to the threads. Once you've got out enough, you should be able to remove the rest with your fingers. Put the screw somewhere safe so you don't lose it. I'm now going to get my extension bar off my socket, or you can use your screwdriver. I'm going to put a flat blade end on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to position it so that it's in between the group head and the shower plate. And I'm just going to ping it off. Nice and gently now. It should just come away like that. So I backflush my machine weekly, dependent on use, but usually once a week just to keep things nice and clear. But as you can see, a nice build up in the shower plate and on the sides. What we're going to do is we're going to clean this now with some soapy water, and then we'll reinstall it at a later point. But before we reinstall the shower plate, I want to get the group seal out and check that as well. Same principle, take your flat blade, get right in there. If you are struggling to remove the group seal, don't be afraid to take off the tank of your machine and put your machine on its side like this. There we go. This one put up a little bit of a fight today, but as you can see, the seal itself can get quite grubby as well. So my seal's in good condition, so I'm going to clean it with water as well, just like my shower plate. But if you're removing the seal because it's leaking and you're going to replace it, don't worry too much about how much damage you give this seal. Now that I've cleaned my group seal and my shower plate, I'm just going to refit it. Same again, but backwards. Make sure you get the seal in the right way round, else it will leak. And make sure he sits in there nice and flush. Before you put your shower plate back in, make sure you give the inside of this a clean up with a sponge, just in case there's any old coffee lurking inside. I haven't had much today. That's one thing backflushing does do very well, and that's keep the plastic inside quite clean. Take your shower plate, put the screw inside on the shower plate like this, and guide it in with your hand. Don't use a screwdriver straight away, because like I've just said, it's plastic in here, and you don't want to cross the threads. So once you've guided it in, you want to get it to bite. Make sure you don't cross thread the head. Once you start getting some play on that screw and it's starting to go in, take your screwdriver again and your socket and tighten that screw. Don't tighten it too tight now. Again, you don't want to damage the plastic inside. So just when you start to feel some tension, that's there for me. Stop screwing and feel the shower plate. Feel if it's wobbly, make sure it's secure and in place. And that's how you service a group head. Stage 2 of this service guide will be changing the filter in the tank. Replacing the filter is incredibly simple. You can see that grey holder in there? That's how you're going to get the filter out. So you're going to go in and you're going to twist, and that's going to pop straight out. To take the filter out, as you can see on the side, there are some tabs which are telling you to push down. So we're going to push down, that's going to pop off, and your filter's going to come out. You're going to discard this filter, and you're going to do the same again in reverse with the new filter. Like so. And then you're going to push it back down onto that grey circle inside again, lock it into place. And that's how you do your filter change. Stage 3 is your descale. I will show you now how I would do it with the descale process given to you by Sage. So I use this stuff. This is Kill Rock. I bought this in Home Bargains in the UK for £1.99, and it's really good. So I recommend using this stuff. And again, any service parts or stuff needed is all in the description below. So I'm going to take the safety cap off. And the good thing about Kill Rock is that there are measurement lines on the side, and I like to use about 1 to 1.5 for a descale on my espresso machine. So I'm going to put that into the back of the tank. I filled this tank up with cold water. I don't like using hot water on descales, primarily because these machines use a thing called an alka pump, which is a vibration pump, and I've heard the horror stories of putting hot water through vibration pumps and it causing damage, so I use cold water. If you want to use hot water, make it warm the very most, and not like kettle boiling. I'm now going to add my descaler. Like so. Now I've added my descaler, I'm going to turn the machine around so you can see. I'm going to place a bowl underneath the group head just to catch any water that's going to come out during the descale process. To start the descale process, hold down the single shot and the steam button and hold it down until you see lights appear. Just like so. We're now going to start the descale process by clicking the shot button. And what that's doing is feeding descaler through the machine as required. Now that the process is done, I'm going to remove the bowl, empty the descaled water into the sink, just get rid of it. I'm also going to take this tank, rinse it out and clear it with clean water, and then refill it with clean water. Now that I've filled the tank with fresh water and I've emptied the bowl, we're going to start the system flush through, again by pressing the single shot button. And leave it to do its thing, but keep an eye on it at the same time. And that was my simple step-by-step guide on how to service your Sage or Breville coffee machine. Did I miss anything? Is there anything you would have done differently? If so, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing today to have more coffee in your YouTube feed. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.